That looks so good right now.
They are good.
They're your main staple, aren't they?
They're one of them. One of them of those Heather's Choice Packaroons are freaking awesome. I could eat a lot of those.
So it's packaroons and honey stingers. That's the main jam. I grabbed the meat this morning, stashed it down in the river there. Got it all wrapped up tight in a garbage bag, duct taped the top. I half submerged it, put some rocks on it. It's cool. It's nice and cold. The meat was cold. I had it out on these rocks, you know.
Yeah, it was chilly last night.
It didn't quite have a hard crust on the whole thing, but it was pretty crusted. Gives it a nice little protective
Coat.
outer shell, yeah. It should last in the creek for a week where it's at, stashed in the shade. In fact, I'm less worried about that meat than I am the meat hanging in the tree.
Yeah, that's been there a little bit.
Yeah. Look at all that snow. I mean, it's definitely warmer right here. Way warmer than where we started this hunt.
You know, it's different too. The no condensation at all last night.
Right.
Whereas everywhere else we had some condensation, but
Not only that, it's like the ground is different.
yeah.
It's so sandy and soft and quiet. Like when we snuck along that hillside, I mean, I was worried we'd kick rocks down or whatever and blow that stock, but rocks would slide, but they'd just be mired in the sand and move real quiet.
Yeah, and then when we hustled downhill, you were like skiing down because it was so sluffy. It was like all the way down. That was good. That was a good stock. I was surprised that it worked out the way it did. He treated himself like that, and man, it made it pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I just turned the camera off when we spotted the bear, and he just took off running. And I saw right away as he was running that he was fat and lazy.
Yeah.
Because he's going all his might. He's really not moving that fast.
Yeah.
And after about 50 feet, he was like, whoa. You could see him sucking wind.
Yeah, he ran straight for
And
that tree.
Climbed up the tree.
Yeah, that was crazy.
What was interesting is he had one testicle.
Yeah, one testicle.
At first, I was like, I don't see nuts. Because, you know, you want to check, see if it's a boar or a sow. And it just looked like a boar.
It did.
And then I flipped it over. And normally, they hang out, you know? Like they're in a little sack.
Yeah.
Just dangling.
Yeah.
There was nothing dangling.
I know.
There's just like a little lump there. Like they never dropped into a just sitting there. I was like, wait a minute. And then I could see the male organ. And then I'm like, okay. But then I could only find the one testy. It's a strange bear.
It is, yeah. It's kind of strange, the anomalies you probably find out here.
But he's old too. A bunch of his teeth. Nothing like that first bear. His teeth are gone. But this guy's teeth are all worn down. Every canine was chipped off the end.
Yeah. And his face, too. Did you see how it was like rubbed kind of in certain spots on his face? Like he'd been rubbing his fur.
Well.
Man, the sun's popping out now.
Yeah, it's time to find a bear.
Yeah.
Sketchy. How'd that feel? That was safe. Yeah. I'll keep that.
It's a treasure.
It is a treasure, mountain treasure. We started out on that mountain over there this morning. Where those trees are in that saddle on that ridge top. Now we're on the opposite mountain, climbing to the top. We have a long way to go still, because we want to see what's on the other side. We've glassed this entire drainage for a day and a half and haven't seen a boar, just sows and cubs, and except for the boar I shot. So we're headed up here, and we're gonna connect with that ridge right there and go over. Yeah, right there. It smells like elk up here. Well, it's 2 o'clock. We've been hiking since 9:30. No bears. I'd like to think we're getting close to crossing over this ridge and seeing the other basin. But it is nil of bears.
Oh, my goodness. Well, little update. We're just sitting here making up some bone broth on the mountain. We sweated our arses off coming in to try to get into this new basin to look at. It's a little disappointing when we got here, but started glassing higher up towards the snow line, and I just picked up a cinnamon. Haven't even thrown the spotter on to see how big he is yet, but he's way up there. He's higher than we are, and we're up here looking down, expecting to see him below us, but that's our first cinnamon, and he's way, way high. So we're gonna get the spotter out and check him out.
Ryan, that bear's on the moon. Seriously, that bear is... It's up right at the snow line on this ridge here. Let's kill him, dude. Let's put the spotter on him and make sure it's not a sow with cubs.
Having a hard time reading this one. He's rooting around. I'm just gonna say he's a solid medium. I'm not getting the impression he's a giant. Just doesn't have that swagger, but he's not small. But he's just got a beautiful coat on him. Sometimes they're easy to read on how big they are, and sometimes they're just not. This one's giving me fits. He doesn't have that giant feel to him, but
he's got some color.
Just got a really pretty coat. Yeah, his ears don't look too pointed. It doesn't look bad, but just gonna watch him for a while. There's really nowhere he can go unless he leaves the country that we won't be able to kind of keep tabs on him. So keep watching him and see if we can get a better read on what he is. He's a long ways off, but he's just shining in that sunlight up there. So he's rooting around just facefuls of grass, and hopefully he keeps walking down that ridge a long way down. But not sure we're gonna make a play on him yet. But
well, we've been watching that bear. He got a little jumpy, jumped around, ran around a little bit, went up into these rocks, stood there looking over his back trail for a while, and then he seemed to calm down. But he hit that ridge and then he went over the other side, and we lost view of him. So we are gonna head down to this bottom, dump all our stuff, and hot foot up the mountain and hopefully relocate him. It's 5 o'clock. Now or never.
so we had him bedded down in some snow. He got up, something spooked him. We were looking for another big bear, but never saw one. He got up, came over onto the ridge. He kind of disappeared under some rocks. So we can't pick him up yet, but we're cutting across this basin to try to get eyes on him. We don't know if he's got a den close by he dipped into or whatever, but for some reason we can't see him right now. There's no way he could have gotten away from us. So we're just gonna keep eyes on him.
Well, things have just changed up a little bit. Spotted a black bear cruising across this basin here. Wind is at our back though. How big does he look?
Looks pretty good. I'm gonna put the spotter on him, but jet black. Not as pretty as the other one, but he might be bigger.
He was a really tough spot, guys. Like the black dot in the middle of nothing.
Hard to spot.
Yeah, it was hard to spot, but I managed it.
Somehow. I mean, expert spotter.
Yeah.
He's a good bear.
Take him, Ryan.
Dang it, he's black. I like that cinnamon look, but you know what? Cinnamon disappeared on us for a bit. He's probably just sleeping, but this guy is...
He's got a black bone.
in the wide open, and he looked pretty big. And he's got a pretty good pumpkin head on him. See, this bear's got swagger. Let's go.
We dropped all our heavy gear at the bottom. Now we're moving in on this bear, hoping he doesn't wind us. Bear's been out of sight for about 5 minutes. We're hoping to get to this ridge up here, get eyes back on him.
Yeah, that wind's going up, pretty steady up, so we got a nice ridge. He was feeding this way. Looks like he started to go back that way, but we just got to make sure that we get above him or side of him, because that wind's not going to go down. How hot it is, but it could go sideways or straight up this basin, so we got to be real careful. But he's a big bear, so we got to grind. I'm going to go for this rock. Got to get eyes up there. I don't want to get, there's a nose that comes off this. I don't want to leave sight of him, so I think we'll probably be able to see him from up here, about 75 yards.
Hopefully he's there.
Seems good.
Was he by those red brush?
I think he's just down in a cut, maybe. We can't quite see him in one of those rolls. Wind's good, it's in our face. We're just gonna have to park it here until we get eyes on him. He's gotta be out of sight. I mean, just like barely, because there's not many rolls in this.
Time to park it.
Well, somehow, someway, this bear disappeared on this hillside. We think he's just in one of these cuts, or he's behind a rock or something, getting some shade, but we're gonna drop back down, go to the opposing hillside and look back into it, because we've been here 30 minutes and we just haven't picked him up, so he might be bedded. But that's our only play right now. Get on the other side, look back.
Alright, we're going up the other side. That bear just disappeared on us. He may have just plopped down in the hot sun under some shade, or he may have winded us and took off. We knew the wind was bad where we were at. We're a long way off. We still have our cinnamon right here on this peak. We just spotted him. We know where he's at too. Right in between two bears. A big black one and a gorgeous cinnamon.
Yeah, we're gonna grind up this hill. It's gonna be smoking hot.
Wow. That's cool.
Dale. It's all crazy. Another one. It's the match.
Dang, dude. Cool. What a cool one.
Oh, wavy.
Yeah.
That's sweet. Well, we're grinding back up this side. And we haven't seen him yet, but I don't know, we're about 200 yards where we can look back on that hillside where we last saw him. So fingers crossed he's tucked in a fold somewhere, bedded up by a tree.
Almost here.
I don't see him. He made he's just breaking brush like crazy. He's coming our direction, so we're gonna set up. Shot this angle. He's been swimming, he's all wet. I'm gonna let him get in the clear, he's a little bit too much brush. That's what he did, he just came down and took a bath. I need to take a bath, I freaking stink. Where's he going? If he gets up on that log, gives me a clear shot, I'll take him. Gotta have the brush in front of him. I think he's gonna come down this drainage. Be nice if he just came straight up at us. Right here. I don't like that wind. Wind is switching. Dang it. Ready, Brian? There it goes. Yeah. That was awesome. That was pretty cool.
4 bears. I heard them splashing in the water and
Yeah.
wallowing there.
I couldn't have went any better. And he came right to us after all that.
This was the vantage point right here.
Absolutely. I'll take that. Less than 100 yards. I wasn't about to let him turn sideways. You feel that wind?
Yeah.
I figured I'd better take him straight on.
You could bust out.
Yeah. What a basin, huh? Look at this place. This looks like a mule deer mecca in there. It's just,
Those sheds.
yeah, some giant sheds.
So when we left, I checked the watch and it was 5:30. What time do you think it is now?
7.
6:25.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Man, we're good. We're tagged out.
Yeah, we are.
We got it done. 4 tags. What a grind, man. Where we started today,
I know.
so far from here. I mean, yeah, I just took a swim, which is what I'm going to do when I get down there. So,
Yeah, you see them all covered in mud.
yeah. I think that's his wallow right there. Tell you what, those cliches of never give up, never quit to the very, very end, they're just true.
Well, it's all that hike and
We
hike
could-
and hike.
We could have just stayed on that ridge, or we'd already seen for a day and a half and
Go home empty.
gone home with 3 bears, but
You're looking homeless, man.
more than usual.
You're smelling homeless
I
too.
smell like a filthy dead animal.
Nice.
Nice bear.
Yeah, he tumbled.
Yeah, I did. 3 jet blacks on this trip. It's not bad.
Let that cinnamon live a little longer.
Yeah, let them grow a little bit. Oh, man.
Here he is. There's that bear wallow back here. We're gonna step in here and see what it looks like. He's all splashing back here. You see it?
He came down right there. See that? There's another wallow up here. Because he was wet, and you can see his wet. He went in. And then he came over here where we lost him.
There's a couple wallows in here.
Yeah. Yeah, because he was wet when he was coming through here. But,
I can hear him just splash, splash, splash.
yeah. Great spot.
Yeah, I was thinking how hot it was to be on that hillside right there in the middle of the day and no cover too, but then I was like, he's got to be in this basin. Like this little hole is cool and wet.
It's just nice. It's like this elevation is just getting the green to it. It's still pretty short, but it's pretty, I'm not going to say chartreuse, but it's lush. It's green. It's bright.
It wants to be chartreuse. Cool, man.
Great spot. Love this valley. So we kind of covered the gamut with these bears. We got one, unfortunately he rolled off a over 200-foot cliff. We got one out of a tree. We got one slob while he was sleeping, taking a nap, and then this one right after he wallowed. It's pretty cool. White patch.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little white patch. Man, that is a solid. Worn down, busted. Look at this noggin on this guy.
He's got a good noggin, huh?
Oh yeah. Look at the triangle on those ears to his front. Just a
That's a big bear, dude.
big old nugget.
He's wet, so you can't.
He's one of those fat heads, you know, Thunder.
Yeah.
Thunder last year was one of those long, kind of a long-faced bears. This one is just fat. So fat. It's got them such cool eyes when that black kind of comes down over him
Yeah.
and covers this part of the muzzle.
Yeah,
He's got that look, right?
yeah.
That's cool. What
Yeah.
a bear.
See those teeth?
What a bear.
It's interesting to see how worn down they are.
Yeah.
He's got some melons busted off, huh?
Yep.
They're all busted off.
They're all worn and I love them just round pumpkin heads. This thing's got a linebacker neck on him too.
And then I'm like, yeah, I'm drinking White Claw. That's like a girl drink. Yeah, I was all red.
Dude, those hands aren't really made for eating right now.
They're not?
Let me see that hand. That's just going to give you some healthy germs, right?
You guys kill me with that.
Like bloody hands and eating. Outside dirt,
Yeah.
it doesn't bother me. Blood. Now city dirt.
My hands are pretty dirty.
City dirt is
This photo guy he's got his, everything's all meticulously clean. Gets his gloves on when we touch dirt.
Well, I gotta put contacts in too, so it's not like I want like a bloody.
That's why.
I don't want a bloody bear.
Can't have a bloody, dirty bear hand.
In my eye.
Oh.
I don't want to get pink eye from bear.
Dude, this is the best basin ever to end on, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
2 boars in this basin,
And it has sheds in here.
It's got sheds.
which it's a minor miracle since we haven't
You know
really
what the
seen
thing
it.
that's bothering me though is that they're all white. Like, why isn't there any freshies in here? Nobody's coming in here.
No, nobody's coming in.
Those have been sitting up there in that tree for how long?
Wolves.
Wolves are eating them. We figured that out.
Wolves are eating them.
Like the dog shoes.
Yeah. I mean, if they were brown, I'd really be stoked. Those would be. Whew.
Has he got 2 testicles, Ryan?
This one's got 2.
Nice.
Like yours.
Mine was special. It's nice that we've got it done though, because I've got about a half a day's worth of food, and we're at least a full day of hiking back to base camp. I just ate something glorious. What is it, honey stinger waffle?
Honey stinger waffle, yeah.
Is it a waffle? Is that what they call it?
That's what they call it.
Oh, honey stinger waffle. James hooked me up with a honey stinger waffle. And the only thing I regret is that I ate it so quickly. I'm kind of wishing I had just nibbled on a little piece and then chewed on it and then nibbled on another piece, nibbled on another piece. I cut the food rations real tight this trip.
You should have told me, man. I think I bring too much. And it's like that Dumb and Dumber thing with extra gloves. No, you're starving? Oh, I've been eating extra food every day.
He was telling me about that Dumb and Dumber where he's got 2 pairs of gloves on.
Yeah, and the other guy's like, oh man, my hands, I can't feel my hands anymore. I'm freezing. And he goes, oh, mine are getting kind of sweaty. I got 2 pairs. Here, you can have a pair. That's actually happened to me before. And I'm the one with the 2 pairs. So.
Well, I feel guilty bumming food off of someone in the wilderness here. But I did a little fasting. I've been scrimping because I didn't know if we were going to be here another. We're dedicated to get it done.
Yeah.
So we pretty much start eating bear meat.
We're gonna hunt until James was too blind to hunt because he didn't have any contacts.
It's coming up pretty quick, really. It's a couple more days.
A couple more days. Yeah. I got 1 day, a half day, almost a full day's worth of food, and I was committed to try to stretch out 3 days of hunting.
Yeah, I was more concerned about the river crossing blind, because even when I had my contacts, I seemed to hit the rocks. So I was like, I really am going to be in the wind, like just navigating by feel.
It's not an awkward looking load at all. Oh my gosh, an elk is coming through the woods.
Shed. Look at these sheds I have.
With a full pack of meat. That was great. Wish I had been down there while you climbed under that log.
I could use a meal.
I'm hungry. What are you guys having tonight?
I think I'm gonna go with some chocolate chili.
I'm gonna have that chicken mole and top ramen.
That pack out. How'd it treat you?
Wasn't bad.
Extra heavy though. It's crazy. Dude, my one, I bet you. It's so much bigger.
Thanks for watching part 4 of this 4-part bear hunt. Tune in next Sunday to watch the first episode of our next video series. Ryan and I continue the spring bear season in some new country. We experienced some intense bear encounters, had to dodge a few grizzly bears, and found some big mountain black bears. We can't wait to bring you along. We really appreciate the legit feedback and support we've been getting from our hunting and wild game community, and we told you we'd pick a winner from the comment section of last week's video, and that winner is Bermano4. Bermano says, "Another great video. Mountain forecasts, LOL. I would be a B student on the Did You Know pop-ups, although I do know not to give a bear a rifle." Thanks, Bermano. If you'd like to be entered to win a pair of brand new Sissy Sticks trekking poles, all you got to do is subscribe to this YouTube channel, like this video, and leave us a comment, and we'll pick a winner next week. Thanks for watching, folks, and stay gritty.